as the show starts, guess who shakes my hand? Jon Jones. And he goes, what the fuck am I supposed to do? He's a coward.
Because I don't like you, DC.
He's a coward, man. This guy was supposed to protect me. He didn't do his job.
Imagine waking up and seeing the MMA world flipped upside down. Jon Jones, yeah, the legend who just told us he's retired, suddenly steps right back into drug testing. And not just for any fight. We're talking about a possible showdown at the White House. Can you believe that? Maybe it's Tom Aspinall. Maybe it's Francis Ngannou. We'll get to that. At the same time, Paddy Pimblett, everyone's cheeky favorite, is out there throwing hands with the wild man himself, Sean Strickland. Why? Maybe he's getting ready for someone like Ilia Topuria, someone who hits like a truck. It only gets crazier from here, so let's get into it. Ilia Topuria just snatched the lightweight title, and you'd think he'd play it safe now, right? Nope. He went right at Arman Tsarukyan's pride at a press conference in Spain. Ilia brushed Arman off like he was nothing, even said Paddy Pimblett would be a tougher fight. That stung.
So if he wants to assure his title shot, he has to fight with Justin Gaethje, because if he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's gonna beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Okay, thank you.
Stylistically.
Thank you.
Arman didn't just sit back. He clapped back online, listing every time Ilia missed weight or backed out of fights. Boom! Receipts. Fans picked sides like it was recess dodgeball. Some were like, Ilia's all hype, others defended him and said Arman's just mad because he once stepped away from a title shot against Islam Makhachev. But this beef isn't just for show. It matters. They're both chasing the same belt, and when a champ calls a top contender easy work, oh, you better believe the fire just got turned up. If Ilia keeps brushing Arman off, fans will start screaming for that fight, and when the UFC makes it happen, which feels inevitable now, every little insult will come back, played in every promo. It's getting personal.
You out, you called Gaethje out. Paddy was the one, though, that walked into the octagon. How did he become the one that got into the octagon, and it wasn't you, the #1 contender?
It was the Joe Rogan mistake, and he shouldn't call his even name, bring him to the octagon. I said, this is not sport, this is WWE.
And in the fight game, personal sells. Both of them just dropped headlines that could sell out an arena, all in under 280 characters. Now, we all know Sean Strickland doesn't play around in the gym. He's intense. Sometimes too intense. So when footage dropped of Paddy stepping into the cage with Sean, everyone expected a beatdown, but something unexpected happened. Sean took it easy, really. He kept the pace calm, held back just enough, gave Paddy space, and even cracked jokes in between. And Paddy later said Sean was chill, which sounds wild coming from a guy nicknamed Madman Sean, but that sparring session, it showed us something else. It showed Paddy's growing. He's sharpening up, throwing combos, stopping takedowns, and smiling while doing it. This isn't the same Paddy we saw before. People online were buzzing. Sean's slower pace actually helped Paddy train smart, not just survive. It looked like Big Brother showing Little Brother the ropes, in the best way.
My man, hey, you're not fat. What's going on? I've seen you not fat. Let's go.
Not only fat, I'm in the PI. I wanted to meet Strickland while we were here as well. I think he's hilarious. The champ, legend. Can't not love Sean Strickland, lad. He's one of the funniest men in MMA.
For Sean, that sparring softened his image just a bit. But Paddy? It proved he's serious about leveling up. And these kinds of moments, when two big personalities come together in a sweaty gym, they stick with us. They build stories we remember when it's time to hit buy on a pay-per-view, and right after the sparring, the talk shifted from fighting to guns. Paddy laughed and said the only thing he's ever shot is a fake rifle in Call of Duty. Sean, he casually pulls out a real handgun right there in the gym and starts explaining American gun laws like it's a school tour. Paddy's eyes nearly popped out. You can see the shock mixed with curiosity. Then Sean, just brushing it off, says, "Wanna go ride dirt bikes?" and talks about wrecking one just 12 weeks before a title fight. Paddy, being smart, declined, called it too risky.
Look at Paddy, the Conor McGregor wannabe. You don't want to see that guy with his gay little bowl cut. You can't relate to that guy, that English little prick. What are you English too? When England took your nuts and said you can't own a knife, did it hurt?
It felt like two kids showing off their toys, except one had a gun and the other was like, what is happening right now? People loved it. A British fighter totally baffled by American culture, and an American fighter casually talking about broken bones like it's part of a fun Sunday. It doesn't change rankings, no belts got won, but it makes us feel something. We don't just watch these guys throw punches. We connect to who they are. And when you see Paddy cracking up nervously and Sean trying to be the cool older brother, it makes every tweet, every promo clip just hit harder. Now let's talk about Volk. Alexander Volkanovski might have lost his belt to Ilia, but he broke everything down on a podcast so clearly, even a kid could get it. He said, wrestle the bloke. Simple.
I love challenging myself, you know what I mean? I love putting myself in this position. I think people should always do that in life. If you want to be successful in anything, challenge yourself. It's going to make you stronger, trust me. I'm twice the man I was before I started this camp because I knew the challenge ahead of me.
Volk explained how when Charles Oliveira forced Ilia into grappling exchanges, Ilia's gas tank started to fade. His legs got slower, his breathing heavier. Classic move. If someone's a killer on the feet, smother them so they can't swing. Volk even pointed out clips where Ilia stalled, tried to catch his breath. The message was clear. Push the guy into deep waters, make it about lungs and heart, not speed and flash. It wasn't trash talk, it was just veteran wisdom, real advice. And for up-and-coming lightweights out there, it's like hearing cheat codes. Just work that cardio, drill takedowns, and maybe, just maybe, you beat the unbreakable champ. Ilia fans are watching now. Next fight, they'll be counting his gasps, measuring his stamina. Either he fixes it and becomes unstoppable, or someone uses Volk's blueprint and shocks the world. It's must-see now.
Did you break your arm at some point in the fight?
Just a scratch. We have to see.
Dan said to himself at his UFC debut in Auckland, if this guy gets to my legs and he cranks, Dan made an agreement with himself to just let it go. Like, okay, he's gonna break my legs, cool.
Meanwhile, Dan Hooker hit a wild milestone, 50 clean drug tests. Got a jacket for it, but you know what he called it? A jacket of trauma. He laughed about it in an interview, admitting he left the thing in a Las Vegas hotel. Why? Because every test meant standing there awkwardly while someone literally stared at him peeing into a cup. Yeah, real glamorous stuff. He joked about the officials watching him like he was an animal at a zoo. Fans laughed, because it's just so real. We cheer the knockouts, the wild entrances, but nobody claps for a guy hustling to the bathroom at dawn to pee for the anti-doping team. That jacket, it's funny, sure, but it's also a reminder this sport demands a lot, and not just physically. It chips at your privacy, your comfort, your dignity. Dan doesn't seem bitter. More like he's just learnt to laugh it off. In a world where everyone's trying to make bold statements, sometimes the best one is a joke and a shrug.
And he said that he's picking Sean Brady, obviously this weekend. But is it personal between you two?
Not really. I just don't like him. You know what I mean? I don't think wouldn't be friends outside the sport. I wouldn't know who he is. You know what I mean? So, no, not really.
Leon Edwards, calm as always, sat down with a reporter and dropped some real thoughts on the heavyweight division. Even though Jon Jones publicly said he was retiring, Leon's not buying it. He called Jon the greatest ever and said money or pride will bring him back. His guess, Tom Aspinall will be the guy waiting for him. Leon broke it down like simple math. Jon was untouchable at light heavyweight, but Tom, he's a real heavyweight with serious speed, faster than most big guys. That might actually give him an edge. Fans split instantly. Some shouted, nobody beats Bones. Others backed the youth and said, it's Tom's time. But Leon's not just some guy with an opinion, he's a champion. So when he says something, it carries real weight. And every time a champ like Leon says, yeah, I think Jones comes back, it pushes the UFC just a little more toward making it real. The fight might not be official, but now the buzz is alive. And in this sport, buzz is power. Then, late at night, Jon Jones posted just a few words on X, formerly Twitter. Just re-entered the testing pool. That's all it took. 2 weeks earlier, he had said he was retired. Done. Belt gone. Chapter closed. That retirement, it lasted about as long as a hot pizza. Rejoining the USADA testing pool starts the clock. He now needs to pass a few months of clean tests before he can compete again. And fans, they went wild with theories. Some said he missed the spotlight. Others pointed at something even bigger, a rumored UFC event at the White House in 2026, teased by none other than Donald Trump.
As far as my future in the octagon, I decided that maybe I will not retire.
Jon Jones hinted that a stage like that would be special. Now the door's wide open again. If that White House event actually happens, picture this. A title fight with the Washington Monument in the background. Jon's move also creates a mess for the UFC. Now they've got interim champ Tom Aspinall, plus a GOAT who could come back any second. It's chaos. But chaos, that sells fights. One little tweet turned a quiet heavyweight division into a storm. Fans love it because MMA, it's not supposed to be clean cut. It's supposed to be wild. The UFC fight at the White House sounds like something from a movie.
Yeah, the president said he wants a series of festivities to mark the country's 250th anniversary, including a champion UFC fight here at the White House with thousands of spectators. Now, the president has a long relationship with the UFC, and he has a close friendship with the head of UFC, Dana White.
These days, politics and MMA are closer than ever. Donald Trump, a regular at UFC events, teased the idea of a White House fight card, and boom, the internet went crazy. Fans imagine the octagon by the Rose Garden, walkouts under fireworks, and Secret Service watching takedowns. Sure, people argued about noise and logistics, but none of that mattered. Every second of that is now free to take on. There's far too much for not abundance of firepower, and it would be such an honor, but too dull. Abnegation, the idea was electric. A fight at the White House. It would be the biggest stage of all, bigger than Madison Square Garden, even Abu Dhabi. Whether it happens or not, it's already fueling fighters in the gym and dreams in fans' heads. Of course, Conor McGregor jumped in. He posted an AI image of him versus Michael Chandler on the White House lawn. Chandler fired back with some patriotic trash talk. Just like that, their long-delayed fight was back in the spotlight. They've both been sidelined, injuries, delays, but something this epic might finally push them to sign. One image from Conor and suddenly the whole world is watching again. Memes, debates, fake press conferences. All from a fantasy. That's the power of hype in MMA. Meanwhile, Tony Ferguson is taking his chaos into boxing. He's set to fight August 30th. No opponent yet, but training clips show Tony in classic wild form, yelling "Snap down City" and smashing tires with a sledgehammer. He's lost some, but fans can't look away. If he wins, he opens doors for more MMA to boxing crossovers. If he loses, people will say he's done. But that's Tony. Always unpredictable, always entertaining. Then there's Ian Gary, undefeated and loud, aiming his sights at Belal Muhammad. It started online. Ian called out Belal. Belal clapped back with memes. Then Ian claimed Belal turned him down 3 times. Belal said Ian's not ranked high enough. Fans took sides fast. Some say Belal's scared, others say Ian's chasing clout. Dana White loving every second. If it turns into a real fight, the winner's right in the title mix. From Twitter beefs to heavyweight comebacks and maybe even a brawl on the White House lawn, this MMA ride isn't slowing down. Stick around, it's only getting crazier.